So recently, Luna has been traveling around the US for their world tour, stopping in like a dozen cities and even adding like stops in Europe, I think. And I'm happy for these girls because they're receiving a lot of deserved attention wherever they go. But on the downside, one of the members, Chuu, is not joining the world tour because, as many of y'all know, she filed a lawsuit against her company. Now, this kind of brings up a concern I had, which was my worry for Luna's future. And if you've been following Luna for a while, I think you may know that there are numerous factors out there that can hinder their ability to promote in the future. To all the viewers watching, welcome to Offbeat Koreans. My name is Insider, and today I'm gonna discuss a few reasons why I fear for Luna's future. My first and foremost reason is their company. Luna's company, Blockberry Creative, is not really the best company when it comes to promoting girl groups. Now, this company has been actually going bankrupt for a while. Basically, their company has not been able to pay the debts to their shareholders and whatnot. And a lot of the workers that work for the company, they haven't even been getting paid. And this is crucial to Luna's success because if the company doesn't really have money to give to their workers, then these workers aren't going to be able to help Luna with promotions and all this kind of stuff. And it's even worse because Blockberry Creative, they seem to want to debut a new girl group sometime this year. And this is just bad overall because, first of all, the company is already low on money. Their employees aren't as motivated because, again, the employees don't seem to be getting paid. And if this new girl group comes around, that means less employees in helping to promote Luna. And let's not forget that Luna, they've only been doing like one comeback a year. So if their company has another girl group in the picture, I don't think Luna's promotional frequency is going to increase. Like all of this in the end is just Blockberry Creative trying to, create a new girl group for profits. And if anything, I think it's just going to backfire on them. This takes me to my next reason, which is Chuu, who's probably the most popular member of Luna. For her to file a lawsuit against her company but not leave her group must signal that she had real beef with the company. Now, she's actually pretty well known in Korea, and I don't think any of the other members really come close to her in terms of domestic popularity. And in the rare chance that she does leave the group, it's going to be a huge challenge for Luna because Chu, in a way, acts as the face of the group. And in my opinion, the face of a group is incredibly crucial to K-pop, especially these days where there's an oversaturation of girl groups, where there's like a girl group debuting like every week. And don't get me wrong, the other 11 girls of Luna, they're, super talented and beautiful, but this is something that can be argued for the like 700 other girl groups out there. Luna doesn't really have something that pushes them to the spotlight. And they especially, without Chuu, won't have an individual member that can pull off a face of the group vibe, such as like a Jennie or a Wonyoung. And another thing is that these girls, they debuted together back in like 2018, with some of the members having solo debuts that go all the way back to 2016. So these girls, they've been in the industry for quite some time. And through that time, they've tried many different concepts, none of which has propelled them to the spotlight in Korea, unfortunately. And I think Queendom kind of showed that the girls were aware of their lack of popularity. If you watch the first few episodes of Queendom, there was a part where the girls knew about public comments that said something along the lines of, "Oh, it's a real shame that these girls, aren't receiving spotlight because these girls are super, talented and they have a lot of potential." And I agree with this sentiment. It's a shame. I think that the results of Luna's promotion have been very underwhelming, despite how talented, beautiful, and charming these girls are. And these girls seem to know that. And I think that's one of the reasons why they went on Queendom was to prove themselves to the public. And as a fan, I honestly wish they didn't have to join because Queendom is one of those shows where I feel like it's geared towards, veteran groups who have not been able to see such a successful path. And I'd rather it be a scenario where, the company was able to promote them properly and that these girls were able to do like multiple world tours and have at least more than just one comeback a year, you know. But, I do understand that coming from a small company, it's hard for them to do that. Going on to my next reason for why I fear for Luna's future is the demographics of their fan base. And basically, what I mean by that is Luna, they've always been bigger internationally than in Korea. And for a K-pop group to have some sort of longevity, I do believe they need some kind of a domestic success. And I think this is a pattern that you can find for most K-pop groups. Luna, they've performed well in some album sales, but definitely not as well compared to top tier groups like aespa. And for a group that has mainly promoted in Korea, I haven't really seen Luna get that much domestic attention. If you check out those monthly girl group brand rankings, Luna hovers usually from around 10th to 20th place, which definitely isn't bad. And there's a month or two that they may be able to make into the top 10, but it's very rare to see them in the top 10. And the last reason, which is just more my honest opinion, is that their recent songs have kind of sucked. It's like I miss their earlier days from 2017 to 2019 when their subunits like Odd Eyed Circle would, give out albums that I just could play on repeat on my playlist. Title tracks like Butterfly. That's what made them special. That's what made me come to Luna in the first place. And their more recent songs, I feel like, have been riding off the girl crush and cutesy themes that are super saturated. And I really do want to slap whoever their producers for that. Because I do think that, they're trying different themes for sure, but their original themes were out of the ordinary. It didn't feel like K-pop, and I think that's what was special about them. Now the good news is that I don't think Luna's gonna disband. And this is because none of the girls are really big on their own. And in a way, this is good. In other cases, we find that one girl is super popular. It's usually just her and the girls, and she later goes on solo while the other girls just kind of disappear. But Luna is a case where no one girl sticks out, uh, and it's rather the girls together projecting a top class girl group act. And I also get a feeling that Chuu won't really leave the group. Yes, she did file a lawsuit against her company, but all of this happened before Queendom even started. And what happened? She still completed all the stages with her group. She even promoted in their latest comeback. And her beef, if anything, just seems to be with the company, not her group. This isn't a scenario where she leaves the group to do something else or she leaves because she doesn't like being part of her group. And we've seen this scenario before play out in other girl groups. And this leads me to the other reason why they won't disband, which is that the girls are dedicated to each other. None of them seem to have bad beef with another. A lot of girl groups from small companies usually have a girl leave after a year or so because of some beef within the company or with the girls, but we don't have that. I think what will happen is that Luna will stay for another few years, and they will quietly disband when their contract comes to an end, which I think will be in like 2 to 3 years. And it's sad because they were a group with a lot of potential. They had 12 bright and talented girls with different personalities. I thoroughly enjoyed watching their reality shows and listening to, of course, their earlier songs. And I highly recommend you all to check out their Luna's YouTube channel, which has been recording like hundreds of vlogs since their first solo debut in 2016. But yeah, that covers the reasons why I worry for Luna's future, but also why I don't think they're going to disband. So I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think about Luna's future? Do you guys see it making a comeback, or do you just see it falling downhill from here? So put your comments down below. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. And as always, thanks for watching.